Hey everyone, John the Average E-Bike Guy here with another video. Today's video, Himiway was nice enough to send me a brand new Himiway Escape Pro. So we're going to be unboxing this and assembling it. Just to start off, this is the Pro model as opposed to the previous model, so there have been some upgrades. One of the major upgrades with the Pro as opposed to the regular older model is that the Pro now has a 48 volt 17.5 amp hour battery. What that means is you're going to get the same amount of power, however, your range is going to be a little better than the previous model. Some other specs with this bike, it is a moped style bike, so it does have a fixed seat height. What that means is, whatever the height of this seat is at, is what it's going to stay at. You're not going to be able to adjust it higher or lower. So that could be something that could either deter you or push you to get this bike. Another thing that this has is a 750 watt motor. That's a pretty powerful motor, especially once you combine that with a 48 volt battery and a 17.5 amp hour battery. Due to the fact that this is a moped style bike, it does still have the Fender fat tires on it. However, now they are 20 inches rather than 26, like on the Cruiser step through, and the Zebra. The screen on this bike is exactly like the Cruiser and the Zebra. It's that typical Himiway front screen, and something that I personally love, or that I would buy this bike for, is it does have the front and rear suspension. So that's really going to smooth out your ride, and it's going to make it pretty durable on those gravel trails, and it's going to have a comfort ride on the pavement trails. So this bike is super versatile. Alright, so as you see here, comes in a pretty big box, 111 pound ship weight. I believe the Escape is 90 pounds or 87 pounds out of the box fully assembled, but don't quote me on that. I already opened up the top to make this video go a little smoother, and once you open it up, you're met with this. Super good packaging. Everything's in there nice and tight, so there's not a lot of moving around, a lot of cushion. You got your Himiway box, which I'm going to assume has your charger, your hat, your tool, and there it is. The way I'm going to open this up is this side of the box has staples. I undid this side of the box, leaving a nice opening right here where I could just open up and wheel the bike out. Alright, now that we got it out of the box, we're just going to undo all the packaging, and we're going to get this bike ready to be assembled. Alright, so we got everything unboxed, unpackaged, and this is what you're looking at. You got your handlebars, they hang out dangling. You got your front wheel, your fender, keys. Mine were on the handlebar, took them off. Big thing with the Pro, you know you're getting a Pro when the battery pack is actually on the bottom of the bike as opposed to on top, which is another difference I've noticed right away. And on top of that, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that this gold cap is different. So I have my Zebra right here, and as you can see, it's just a black plastic cap. So I'm not sure if that means the suspension is different, they changed it, or if it's just cosmetics. You got your Tetra brakes, Shimano 7-speed shifter, and it's pretty much, you know what you're getting when you get a Himiway. Good quality, powerful, long-range electric bike. I'm going to take the battery out, makes the bike a little lighter. So if you come over here, you have your key slot. Put that key in, turn it, battery comes right out. So we're going to put this to the side, make the bike a lot lighter, a lot easier to maneuver. Alright, now we got the battery out. First thing I'm going to do is I want to get these handlebars on. so that I don't have the tension on the wires because it is just dangling there. So I'm gonna unscrew these right on the front bracket of the handlebar, and we're gonna put that on. Okay, in your accessory box, you got your classic Himiway trucker hat. You got your front headlight, 2 pedals, and your Himiway multi-tool, which is what I'm gonna try and put this whole bike together using this multi-tool. And in this box, of course, you got your charger. So, come over here. We're gonna undo these 4 screws. Okay, just something to be a little careful about. These screws do have a washer, so you don't want them to fall and you don't want to lose that. Just a little heads up, as you hopefully you can see it on the camera. Alright, once you got that front bracket unscrewed, you want to go ahead and set your handlebars in there. Front bracket, please. And you want to make sure that that serrated part of the handlebars is within that bracket. We're just going to finger tighten these just to get it in place so we could have both hands free. So we got those in place. We were gonna try and use the multi-tool, but we're gonna speed it up a little bit. You wanna evenly tighten these. Not all the way, just yet. Just get it started so that we could get these handlebars adjusted and in place. So, you're gonna set them to where you like them. Again, serrated part in the middle, eyeball it as best as you could. We're gonna set our handlebars to where we want them, and we're gonna start tightening these up gradually, corner to corner. Not all the way yet. So we want to make sure that we're tightening them evenly. Okay. And just like that, your handlebars are on. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna attach the red to the red, which is your screen and your controller. Before you do this, you wanna look inside of here. The camera's not gonna be able to pick it up. There's gonna be 2 prongs. You wanna make sure that those are straight and they're not bent so that it easily fits male into female. If you look on the black plastic, there are 2 arrows. You wanna line those arrows up, push them in. They are watertight, so it's a little bit of resistance when you push them in. Make sure it's proper resistance and that you're not actually bending the prongs inside. Now that that's connected, we're gonna go ahead and put this front tire on. Okay, on your front tire, this is your front axle. If you look, there's a large spacer and a smaller spacer. It's very important that you remember the smaller spacer is going to go on the side of the caliper. I'm gonna repeat that. The smaller spacer is gonna go on the side of the caliper. It's very important when installing this front wheel. What we're gonna do is we're gonna unscrew the bolt and the nut on the large spacer side, and we're gonna take all that off, and we're gonna slide the axle through on the caliper side. Okay, once that's through, you're gonna get your large spacer, and you're gonna put that back on the axle, and we're gonna put the front tire on the bike. So this protective plate was on the front like this. You're gonna have to loosen it. Pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie. I use this wrench, loosen it, get this out of the way so that we can get that front tire on the bike now. I laid mine down because, like I said, it was pretty tough. Okay, got the bike standing upright again. I have my wife here helping. she's going to slide that tire through the front very slowly. Okay, we got that front tire on. If you look, that's the caliper side. You want the spacer to be on the left, and your bolt on the right. Spacer on the right. You're gonna put that bolt on the left. It's very important that this is on the thread of the axle. See the thread? You do not want it on the spacer, you want it on the thread. You're gonna put your washer on this side of the axle, and you want the serrated part of the nut. We got the front tire on. You just want to go ahead now, grab your wrench, grab your tool, whatever you're using, and you just want to crank those down. Once you got that on, you want to lift the bike up, and you want to make sure the tire is spinning freely, which it is. That noise you hear is just the brakes, and we're going to readjust those, so it's okay. But the tire is spinning freely, that's the most important thing. Next, we're going to move on to the pedals. Pedals are labeled right and left. Something I really like about these pedals, for some reason, I love good quality pedals. And these are nice, sturdy metal pedals. Right side pedal, right side pedal. Just gonna go ahead, put that in, and screw that down, nice and tight, until you can't anymore. Grab your wrench, really crank that down. Okay, same thing. Left labeled pedal, left side pedal. Just gonna go ahead, put that in, screw it in. Last thing we wanna do is we wanna install this front fender and this headlight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the front fender. If you look here, there's a little lip that's on the front. You wanna make sure that that leads the bike. So we're gonna go from behind. We're gonna feed it through. Unscrew this bolt right here, up through the fender, like that, and we're gonna get this nut and secure it on the back. Okay, so if you look, it ended up being where everything, we attached it to the back. It looks fine, looks clean, nice and sturdy. The support right onto the front, like that. Pretty simple. You unscrew this, it opens up, put it on the stem, screw it back on, and same thing on this side. Like I said, pretty easy. Be able to figure it out. This was the hardest part right here. Again, leave in the comments below whether that's right or wrong. If it's wrong, we'll fix it. But like I said, everything's on nice and sturdy. Last thing you want to do, headlight, red wire. You want to attach that to red on red. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, guys, just like that, the Escape Pro is assembled. It's pretty easy to do. Little hiccups every here and there, but have somebody help you. The bike's heavy. If you have someone help you out, you should be able to do it. We're gonna take this over to a bike shop just to tune it up, make sure everything's on pretty sturdy. Now we'll have our first ride video. Thanks for joining.